1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins and Trevor.
Wrong, because it got, if it's possible, it got narrower and narrower, such that he was then almost head first down in this cave. And it came to the point where he couldn't go any further. He thought it was where he was going to come out into a big open space, but he didn't. He was stuck and he was pretty much upside down. So he thought, well, I need to try and get myself back. He couldn't move backwards at all. So he called and he called, and fortunately Josh could hear him. So Josh found his way back and got fairly close so that they could talk. And John said, look, I'm stuck. You'll have to get me out. Well, long story short here, really, but Josh was pulling him and all the rest of it, couldn't get him. He said, look, I'm going to have to go and get some help from the surface. So he said, I'll be back as soon as I can. And in the meantime, John stayed there, head down, really upside down. Not panicking, but feeling very, very uncomfortable. But anyway, they got some help, and I think it took 2 or 3 hours for the help to come. They had all sorts of machinery up there where they were going to try and pull him out with ropes. Initially, a paramedic went down, a lady, and was talking to him and saying, don't worry, we're going to get you out, and so on and so forth. Well, they tried 3 times to tie his ankles with the ropes. They had to even put some pins in the cave, and to try and get some leverage on him. They managed to pull him up a bit. Each time he slipped and went back down. Anyway, as I say, long story short, sort of 24 hours went by and he was in and out of consciousness. And although they were trying to talk to him and reassure him, even though they thought we're not going to be able to get him out, he was in between panic when he came conscious again and just accepting it. Anyway, the absolute outcome was they couldn't get him out. And the cave itself had been closed a few times before. The local authorities hadn't wanted to reopen it, but local people said, no, we want to make the decision ourselves whether we go down there, and it was agreed they could do it. Anyway, with this particular event, they agreed, because he died down there, they had someone feel for a pulse and it wasn't there. It was agreed that the cave would be sealed forever with concrete and never opened. And there's a plaque on the X of where this entrance was, that John Jones is there forever. They couldn't get him out. And a very sobering story, really, and one of huge claustrophobia. And the only thing I'd suggest anyone who's interested in that, there's a very good film on YouTube called The Last Descent, and a very good 15-minute YouTube called Buried Alive, the Nutty Putty Cave Incident. And anyone who's remotely claustrophobic, I tell you, if you watch it, you go into a shiver, just imagining yourself being in a situation where you're stuck. You can't go backwards. You're in a tiny tunnel, thinnest of tunnels. And not to depress anybody, but obviously his wife was expecting, and the child, they lost their dad and the husband and so on. And it was a great shock to the family, but it's quite a well-known incident. And as I say, one worth thinking about what the poor fellow went through in his last moments. So yeah, not to bring the spirit here down at all, but it's quite an interesting one to watch.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins.
The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. The leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything Cuz does. And fund the